What is going on YouTube? Today we have a very new special release from Rlaarlo. This is the XTS-S10 1/10 scale rally car, and I am wicked excited. And the reason I'm wicked excited is because this is based on a vehicle that I have owned in the past, almost the same exact one, and I love that car and I miss it dearly. So once I seen this pop up in this body style, I was like, yes, please, I need this in my life. Now, before we go any further, I need to mention a couple things. Number one, this tire lettering, this does not come like this. I did this on my own. Then second, this RC is a pre-production model, so it is not perfect, has some flaws here and there, or it could, I'm not sure, but that's okay because I did receive this RC really damaged. And when I mean damaged, this is the box the RC came in, but this box was in another box that was totally damaged, worse than this. So as you can imagine, this RC took a serious blow. That's why if you notice in the video, it has a couple of flaws and scratches and webbing. And I just wanted to take note that it was not Rlaarlo's fault, it was all FedEx. They damaged the parcel, and yeah, I'm dealing with it right now so we can try to get some replacements and make this car right. But besides all that, just take a look at this thing. When I first took this out the box, I was like, wow, Rlaarlo really stepped it up here because this thing looks stunning. They basically took the F10 platform and elevated to a whole new level because this thing looks really premium. It's probably one of the most premium looking RCs I have ever had here. And it's so nice, I don't even want to drive it. I just want to leave it on the shelf because, man, this thing, oh, it's so beautiful. Take a look at that white roll cage. I really like that. And then there's a decal that looks like a harness that comes up to these guys right here. They are also detailed. They have like faces and everything. That is really sick. Now, those with a keen eye will notice that the F10 is a lot larger than this S10, and that was done on purpose. That's because one of the major complaints with the F10 was trying to find wheels and tires to work with it, and also bodies. But what they did here was make it a more standard 1/10 scale rally car size, so you can swap bodies, wheels and tires from different manufacturers. So that is really good. Now to take off the body, it's almost just like the F10. So you gotta undo these little latches here and here. And then you just flip it back, undo the clip in the front and lift, just like that. And as you're lifting, you just slide it back slightly. And I wanna note that this thing does not pivot like the F10 rally car. And there is a very short wire harness for the lights. So you gotta look out and just place it off to the side like that. As you guys can see, this thing is really short. I kind of like the setup better in the F10, but it's not too bad. You just got to be very gentle with this and not rip the harness out of that little circuit board back there because you'll probably have a bad day. Now, if you own an Omni Terminator or F10, this chassis looks very familiar, very similar layout, except, you know, this is 190 millimeters. You do have shorter control arms here, and the front and rear shock towers are also different. Battery included is a 2200 milliamp hour 3S battery. If you know, you know. These are really good packs. Now here's what makes this S10 really special. It has an 80 amp ESC. The motor is a 3652 3300 kV brushless motor. The whole system is censored. You also have a really nice enclosed receiver box, and the servo is 11 kilogram all metal servo. CVDs in the front, dog bones in the rear. They are heat treated carbon steel, which is really nice. They should be strong. You also have front and rear sway bars. Aluminum oil-filled shocks. They are adjustable, of course. Whole drivetrain feels really smooth. I was testing it out earlier. No binding, nothing like that. So this thing is really nice. Alrighty, so we are out here. Gonna do a quick speed run and first driving impressions. But I wanted to note, since this is a pre-production car and apparently it has some issues, like I believe the gyro might be too sensitive, and some people are reporting some ESC issues. I'm not gonna say that this is like a review video because this RC is not completely refined like a production version would be. So keep that in mind and take anything I say with a grain of salt in terms of how it drives and how it feels. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, this RC does come with Rlaarlo's newest transmitter. At first, when I see it in the photos, I was like, wow, that looks really cool. But after messing around with it a little bit, I'm like, I don't know why they did that, but let me explain. This cover underneath it, it has all the switches for like the dual rates and the LEDs and also the gyro function. And the problem is, it's really hard to open on the sides here. And it does have a little hook mark here for your fingernail, but my fingernails are really short and I struggle to open this. And when I do try to open it, it hits the power button. So I'm having a hard time here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, as you can imagine, when you're holding this in your hand, I usually open these covers up with my thumb, and it just does not work well here. Like, I really have to dig in, and I'm actually hurting my thumb. So, you know, again, not a big deal, but if you have really big thumbs and stuff like that, that might be a problem. So I did bring a couple transmitters to prove my point. First off, we have the Dumbo transmitter. Rlaarlo does use these transmitters. These are really nice. So as you're holding it in your hand, it just opens up like that, no problem. And then we have the FlySky transmitter, also a really commonly used transmitter. So you hold it in your hand, no problem, right? And then we have the brand new MJX transmitter. This is a really good transmitter, by the way. So it fits really nice in your hand. And when you're holding it, boom, opens and closes, no problem. Now here's the Rlaarlo transmitter again. So you hold it in your hand, you have your thumb, you want to open it up to, you know, change the settings. And yeah, I'm struggling here. That is a problem. But yeah, once you get it open, you either have to keep it open, or you can just completely break this off or remove it. I'm sure it comes off easily, actually, if you kind of bend it off. But yeah, so that's one thing I realized with this transmitter. But yeah, other than being a little bulky and this cover being slightly annoying, you do have all your steering trims and dual rates. You have your reverse switches, LED button, gyro button, and that power button right there that I was, hitting when I was trying to open up the cover. But overall, it's not too bad, and it gets the job done. Alrighty, so before I drive this thing, I just want to show you guys the lights. If I click the lamp button, it turns the daytime running lights on. Then we have the low beams, then the high beams, so that is pretty cool. And if you click it again, it shuts it off. And click it again, I'm just going to leave it on the daytime running lights. Now you do have indicators, as you can see, for both sides, but you can shut those off, so that is a really cool feature. I also want to note the ride height of this car. So I had to drop this car a lot to fill in the big wheel gap it had out the box. I'm not sure if it's set up correctly or not. I don't know what the ride height is supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure when I received it, it was way too high. Like the wheel gap was like atrocious. it was so big. So I just set it up how I would think it would be set up out the box to look good. It might be kind of low, which is okay because we are on Tarmac, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I will probably lift it though when we go off-road. Alrighty, so first impressions. My body is rubbing just a little bit. I might have to do some more trimming, but it looks like the gyro is set up a little too aggressively, which I knew about because I did receive a notice about it, so I do have to shut it off. So you just hold the gyro button and power it on. It should be okay now. All right, that's much better. Whoa. Whoa, okay. The car is kind of all over the place now. Let me see if I can turn the steering dual rate down, which I can't now because the cover closed on me. Oh man, see, this is what I mean. I'm gonna set it down to 50. All right, and I'm gonna leave the cover open. All right. So overall, it's not too bad. It is kind of cold out here. Tires are rubbing just a little bit, but let's see if we can get a pin pass. Not too bad. Hey, it's not doing too bad. I did have to set that steering dual rate down just a little bit. Ooh, all right, spicy, I like it. Yeah. All right, let's see what it did. I just realized I am really burning down those tires. Not sure if it's from the body rub, but probably. I did trim it like I said before, but I guess I just gotta trim it some more. But let's get a speed reading. Stop read, 35 miles an hour. Now 35 is not too bad. This is the factory out of the box pinion. Unfortunately though, I do not have the high-speed pinion, so I believe it was lost during the shipping damage. It must have fell out the box or whatever the case is, but yeah, I didn't get any of it, so that's why I'm not doing the usual unboxing video, because half my stuff is missing, so kind of working with what I have. All right, so we are back. Body seems fine now, no rubbing. But yeah, other than the small little problems I have because this is a pre-production car, overall it's not too bad. I kind of wish the gyro worked, but that just means I gotta use my driving skill more. Not a big deal. It does slide nicely. You do have pretty good control. So overall, I am impressed. Slides, you can control it somewhat. Yeah, I like it. I just hope I don't burn out the tires. Because I only have one set. Yeah, I like it. Woo! I can't send it as hard as the last rally car I reviewed. It does take some more driving input to drive it. But overall, oh, we crashed. I was gonna say overall, it's doing pretty good with having no gyro on or anything. It is pretty fun to slide around a parking lot. And the tires do grip nicely. Whoa. Yeah, not much more to say. Does pretty good on tarmac. Despite the issues I'm having, it's overall really good. Just as expected. Oh, right in time, and there goes the battery. So let's see how it does off-road now. All right. So this car is in its natural element now. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, this forest might be a little too much for this thing. I'm gonna swap over to somewhere else. Still good though. Oh. Alrighty, so I ended up taking the high-speed pinion from my Omni Terminator. So let's do the high-speed run on this car and see what it can do. Oh. Ow, that was close. I'm not sure I can do it. Nope. All right, I'm having problems keeping this thing straight. I don't know if I can get a good reading, but it is 25 degrees out and this thing's just not gripping. There we go. Oh, we lost it. Woo! All right, I gotta say, without a gyro and it being like 25 degrees out, it's 33 degrees out. I'm having a hard time keeping this thing in the straight line with the high-speed pinion. Stop read, 36 miles an hour with the high-speed pinion. That's all I can get out of it. Like I said, I can't keep it in a straight line long enough to get any more. It just loses control and crashes. So 36 miles an hour. Let me start off by saying the S10 is a really good rally car. Despite me having some issues because this is a pre-production car, it jumps well, it handles good, it has good control, it's good off-road. However, it is definitely missing something. Now, if you've ever driven the F10 rally car, you might know what I'm talking about, but if you drive this car and you come in, full throttle into a turn, you press the brakes, the suspension compresses, the front end scrapes, you go to take the turn, this thing turns on a dime, you get back on the throttle, the suspension rebounds. It's a magical rally car feeling. This thing has like some voodoo rally dynamics that makes this car amazing. And that's probably because this thing has, a wider track, it has taller shock towers, which gives the suspension a lot of travel, and also the suspension is like pillowy soft. Unfortunately though, this S10, no matter what I do with it, adjust the suspension, bring it down, bring it up, whatever, I cannot get this car to feel the same way. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing because this S10 is a really good rally car, like I said before. Probably a 10 out of 10 when it comes to 1/10 scale rally cars, but it lacks that amazing feeling that this car offers. So I really want to put that out there because I know some people are going to make the decision between these two, and there's a lot of people online saying they're the same car, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you, they are not the same car. The driving dynamics between these two are totally different. Now, with that being said, this is a pre-production car, and I really don't know what the final product is going to feel like because I just don't know. But in my experience, I had some issues with the gyro not working right. My ESC cut off a couple times, but it wasn't very often. So I'm just going with the experience of this exact car versus my F10. If I were to rate my F10, it is a 20 out of 10 when it comes to how it feels and how it drives as a rally car. This car, the S10, is a good rally car. You can't go wrong buying it, but I do prefer the feel of this F10 a lot more than this S10.